You know, in the mega hit musical that Meghan Markle went to see on Broadway the other day, there's a fabulous song called You've Gotta Have a Gimmick. You know the one? If you've seen the musical, you'll know the one I mean. It's a brilliant song that you could literally apply in any point of any reference of any period, because it's all about having a gimmick to sell the thing that you want. And it's one of those show-stopping moments where three brilliant actresses on stage sing their hearts out, all trying to upstage each other to make sure that you remember them having their best gimmick. Oh yes, I remember of course seeing the brilliant and late Paul O'Grady on stage alongside Cilla Black and Barbara Windsor at a Royal Command performance, literally doing this number, which brought the house down. Oh yes, wonderful times, absolutely wonderful. But what's interesting is this, that Meghan Markle has literally taken this to heart. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. You all right? Thank you so much for your time. By the way, glad you enjoyed the video regarding the royals on film. As many of you pointed out, it is good to see them sort of relaxing and enjoying themselves. As I said, watching Princess Anne on the Question of Sport TV program. Remember, this is the 80s, limited time, channels. So this was a big event. You know, this is prime time. This is, of course, the Queen's daughter, and she's having a lot of fun. And she handbagged Emily Williams, right? Emily Muse, sorry. She literally sort of smacked him with a bag. And this was the front pages of the newspapers the day after. And it was just good fun. You know, when I met him a few years later, I brought that up. And she said, oh, I'm surprised you remember it. I thought, you don't realise how powerful that was. Incredible. It's a little bit like this visit, some people might say. All of that big motorcade blocking the streets of Broadway for this one individual. Yes, a supremely important person. Well, in her own eyes, at least. Meghan Markle, right? She decided to go and see, as I pointed out the reasons why, the musical Gypsy, which is currently playing on Broadway, doing very well, reviews-wise, all that sort of stuff. But what's fascinating, I find, is the fact that obviously in Meghan's world, well, you know, it's all about her, and there's no two ways about it. As we know, Meghan decided at the beginning of the year to return to the social media platform that is Instagram. A rather tricky maneuver when you think, because literally you have to be very engaging on all social media platforms and let people know, well, what you're doing, all that sort of stuff. And so far what we've seen from Meghan is a lot of things of her trying to sell things by association, clicks and all that sort of stuff, and then pictures of her children from behind helping make these fancy cakes, or Prince Harry slapping down a cake he picked up in Ukraine. Yes. I was going to say, you know, it's hardly world-beating stuff, is it? But you see, when you look at a picture like this, and this is, of course, the cast picture that was taken backstage after Meghan had seen that particular musical. Now, I've seen a lot of the footage of Meghan behind the scenes of this, and it's a really badly organised event. This was organised by a lady called Tracy, I believe, who is the wife of the boss of Paramount Plus, right? So there's a connection there, really. That's how all of this came around. But here's where it gets interesting, you see, because clearly, and this is where Meghan doesn't understand the difference between just being a normal person, celebrity, and a royal. Normally you would be assigned people, you know, this is the person you're meeting, etc. You go down the line. She's fidgeting, running around. She's no idea what she's doing. But the one thing apparently that happened after the event, which was fascinating to learn, is that all of these people that are in the picture are potential, well, you know it, as ever purchasers, as ever brand ambassadors. And according to a very well-placed source, if these people, as ever, allegedly, could see it in their hearts to perhaps, you know, retweet this, put it out on their Instagram, Substack, social media pages, just to let the world know that Meghan, of course, had arrived and seen this wonderful musical. Even better if they could hashtag it with as ever. Yes. So you see, Meghan really has got it down to a fine art of exactly what she's planning to do. You turn up at somewhere, there's this esteemed cast of wonderful, talented people, and once again, it's not always about the cast. It has to be about Meghan, and they have potentially got thousands, if not millions, of followers, because Broadway stars, actors, singers, they build up a massive following because, of course, they have lots of people seeing them every night and every week in their audiences. Meghan's no slouch in that aspect, and figured that if they could all mention this, well, just what would that do for her figures? The way I look at it is this. They know she's turned up. If you were interested in following Meghan on Instagram, it's all over the world's media. Surely that must be enough, but apparently not. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.